Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Intelligent Moron with Alex Silva. I'm not the one to be super into car decals or car stickers. You know what I mean? Like the little things you put on your windshield, whether it be the front or the back. I don't even think you're allowed to put anything on the front windshield. But people do put stuff on the back windshield, the back, the rear view window, the windshield, whatever you call it. I'm not sure the actual name of it, whatever it's called. But when people put stuff on their back windshield, in terms of stickers, you see it a couple times. Occasionally, it's like some people will put, like, if they have a family, they'll put, like, how much people are in the family. They'll put, like, baby on board. They'll put stuff like that and, other things like that. Sometimes I feel like that's a little too revealing of their life. Just a little too revealing. It's kind of funny because, like, I don't want to know that there's a baby on board. I don't think I need to know that. I think that I just need to be able to, respect that you are a fellow car on the road. And that I need to be respectful for you as a car. And I need to be able to drive good enough, if not great enough. That way we don't get into a car crash or, have any type of, not have any type of bad situation happen to us on the road. I don't think that I need the extra information that you might have a child on board, because what if something happens where I favor running into somebody else over you because of your sticker? Now, is that good for the other cars? Is that good for that I guess it could be a good thing that I don't, ram into your car if, like, there's no other option, or, like, whatever, if I'm put into a bad situation. What if I'm being squished by a truck and I can't go this way because you're there? I have to go another way. I'll just take this car out if even the situation calls me to do that, rather than yourself. Sure, that could be a good thing, but nonetheless, it's still, I think, a little too much information that I don't necessarily need in order to drive in the most perfect way that I can. In other words, I don't need to know your entire life story when I'm driving the car, when I'm driving to work, when I'm driving anywhere, essentially. I don't need to know your entire story or what you're all about. Some people put a lot of stickers on their cars. In fact, sometimes I think that there's some people that just put way too many on their car. If you've seen, or if you've taken a look at some cars these days, some people, they don't even care what they put on their car. It could be something so silly, like nerdy stuff, and they'll be okay with it. I get it. It's freedom of expression. I understand that. But for some reason, I just get the cold shoulder. Not the cold shoulder, but I get cold feet. I get nervous. Like, do I want to put a sticker that makes me look like an even bigger nerd than I already am? And potentially, have other people see it that I'm just, that are just driving to work day to day. Do I want to let people know that I like a certain thing a little more than they do? In fact, so much more that I put it on my car. I don't think I'm at that point yet. I don't think that I am ever at the point where I'm like, I'm going to express my fandom for so-and-so by putting a big sticker of it on my back windshield. Yeah, I want to let the people know on the freeway, on the roads, that I'm a fan of this or I believe in that, or I support this, or I support him or her. Nah, no, I'm not about that. That's why I've never been a bumper sticker guy as well. That to me also is a big, like, look at me, this is what I'm about, this is what I believe in. I believe in this, that, or whatever, or I like this, that, or whatever this much that I'll put it on my car. Nah, I think I'd just rather have my car be pretty much basic. That way no one gets any inclination of, get a load of this guy. You never want that. I think that you never want people to judge you. We don't want people to judge us anyway. Anyway, what we do. Even though people, we say you shouldn't judge people, never judge a book by its color. Everybody at the end of the day will judge one or the other, someone at least one time a day. It's kind of a natural thing to do. You see something that you're like, that's either different, or I've never seen that before, or in your case, you might be like, that's kind of weird. You're going to get that from time to time with people. It doesn't matter how good you think you are or how perfect you think that you are part of society. You're still probably going to do that thing a couple times a day, depending on who you see or what you see or who you run into. It's probably going to happen, So what better way to avoid judginess than to just have nothing on your car and just go about your life just driving your car. Yeah, you might not have your favorite stickers or bumper stickers or decals, whatever, but at least I'm going through the freeway, through the roads, pretty much judge free. Maybe if you drive a specific type of car, that might get some, some judginess to it, but hey, at least it's just the car and not something that you put on the car that also influences people to view the car, and then for try to really like get a hold of who's driving the car, or at least interpret who is driving the car. I think it's best to not give other people those opportunities to judge who is driving or at the wheel of that car, in my opinion. And I think that's kind of a smart thing to do. Especially if when you're driving, because when you're driving, wherever you are, roads, highway, freeway, whatever, back roads, country roads, it doesn't matter. Interstate, it doesn't really matter. You're driving at least 1,000-pound machine that cost you or someone that a lot of money, that you have payments on, that you pay insurance on, that you don't want to get dinged up. Why? Because of how much money it cost you. So, in general, people are a little bit on edge, or at least a little on the fritz, or a little nervous when they drive, pretty much all the time. And it doesn't matter if you've spent your entire life driving or you barely started. You're going to feel some type of nervousness about being in a car on a road going pretty fast. It's just kind of natural. You are essentially, actually, you could be going from about 25 miles an hour to at least 75, give or take wherever you are, give or take the traffic, give or take the speed limits. You can be going pretty fast on the road. And when you're going that fast on the road, you want everything, and I mean everything, to be perfect. It doesn't matter who, where, what. One little thing goes wrong, you're going to be either pissed off, nervous, scared, unsettled. You cannot have anything go wrong when you are driving in a car. You just can't. Why? Because, for one, your life is at stake, and then two, the car. And most people are probably more nervous about the car because of the money that it costs, and then two, and then your life as well. So I understand when stuff goes wrong. Maybe someone's a little like, you can tell like a driver's like a little uneasy, maybe has road rage. That because of either someone in front of him or behind him was kind of reckless or something, that just kind of trickles down all the cars. Everybody becomes a little on edge. Everyone's like more cautious, more careful. Some people are pissed off. It's not a good feeling. It's not fun. It's not cool. And it definitely shows with all everybody's like intentions, movements, the way that they drive. It's not a fun thing to be a part of. And I think that, you have to be exceptionally perfect when you drive, because if you're not perfect, it's felt across every other driver on that road, and it definitely shows, and it definitely doesn't feel good at all. So that's why I think that, if I'm able to avoid judgment or pissing anybody off or offending somebody or making someone feel uncomfortable with stickers, bumper stickers, decals, I'm going to take that option and just avoid it altogether, because I think that's the right thing to do, is to be neutral on the roads wherever you are and wherever you may be going. Now, back to the actual point of decals and revealing too much about themselves. I think this is actually kind of funny, because what a thing to do. What a thing to put on your back windshield. It's pretty incredible. So I was going to get some lunch. I was just taking a stroll down the neighborhood, going to get lunch. I went to go get a sub sandwich because I was, starving. At this point in my life, I enjoy simpler things. I enjoy sandwiches that I can make, but I also like to treat myself to sandwiches that someone else makes me. Why? Because I love sandwiches, and if someone can make an even more gourmet sandwich that I can't do at home, I'm going to just go for it because of my love of sandwiches. Therefore, I go get a sub sandwich or cold cut. I always get the foot long too. I've grown out of the 6-inch subs. I'm all about the foot long subs now. It might not be the best decision to make for diet purposes or for how much I should be eating, but I can't help myself. I love sandwiches. I love bread, meats, cheeses, all the stuff that they put in it too, like olives, pickles, onions, lettuce, oils and spices. I mean, I love a good sandwich from good places that make sub sandwiches, not Subway, but other places that you can just get a good sandwich, freshly cut meats and cheeses. It's always the best. And like I've said, I go back and forth with this argument. I think that every time when I want something, when I'm hungry, and I end up getting a sandwich, I'm like, I could have made this at home, but could I have made it as good as this? No, I don't think so. So, anywho, back to the point of revealing too much about yourself, I think, on your decals and on your stickers on your car. Now, I didn't see the person who actually owned this car. It was parked, and I was in sight of their back windshield or their back window. And on that window, this person had a sticker of, I believe, what is to be, with my broad knowledge of the human female anatomy, I believe she had I believe this person's car had it was a kind of a big sticker, but it was essentially the reproductive anatomy that women have. You've seen the pictures in the science books of where a baby comes from, where eggs are put in. I don't need to explain it that much. It's a pretty iconic image, at least in forms of studying where babies come from. And I guess this person decided to put it on their car to let people know who's driving, who is driving that car. And I'm thinking, like, okay, well, this has got to be a woman's car. I don't understand why any male person or man would have a female reproductive it was like an abstract art type of sticker on their car. Not really sure if anybody would put that on there, but any man would, but you probably could. You probably could. No one's saying you can't, but I just don't think that it would. Most men would do that anyways. I'm thinking to myself, what's the point of this sticker? What's the point? What's the point? Is it to show the beauty that that all life begins with the female reproductive system, and everybody, there's so much hate in the world, there's so much this, that, everyone is at each other's throats and everybody doesn't give a shit about anybody, to maybe boil it down to some simplicity, be like, hey, we all came from this, the miracle of the female reproductive system. Without this, there's no me, there's no you, there's no I, there's no we. It's just nothing. So be thankful that we're able to reproduce and give birth to beautiful life and continue the species because of this reproductive system that is in women. And to be thankful for that. If that's what the message was about this sticker that is going to be behind everybody that drives behind this person, to think to yourself, hey, isn't it beautiful how life works, and how something that's so simple and this symbolic of the female reproductive system, that you should thank your mother, your grandmother, every woman that you know who's given birth, that it's special. That could possibly be a reason of why she has this. Another reason is probably just because, I guess, to say a woman is driving this car. That's it. That's the only reason I can think. The two reasons. One, to be thankful of the reproductive system and the beauty of life and beauty of childbirth. Two is just, hey, I'm a woman, but I wanted to make it a little bit more artistic to let you know that I'm a woman. Now, I'm not saying that you can't express that you are a woman behind the wheel. I truly don't think that there's a rule or anything that says you should not do that. But this is also very new to me. Some people put the funny little symbol that resembles femininity. I think it's a circle with a cross. I think that's the one. I've seen that a couple times. I've seen that other places. I think now this just like we're more artistic. We are more expressive. I guess we are more scientifical now that this woman had to put the reproductive system on her back windshield. I was just like, okay, yeah, be you. That's the only thing I can think of, though, is either be at awe at the fact that this is beautiful and feminine, or just saying, hey, I'm a woman behind the wheel. That's it. That's all I can think of. Truly. It truly stumped me, because I always think that, with these stickers and with these decals, it's like they're, like I said before, they're trying to express something that they want other people to see. I guess this person wanted everybody to know that, hey, I'm a woman here. Hey, yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm a woman. I'm driving. But it's like, oh, women are driving. You're not allowed. It's not like you're not allowed to drive. You can drive. What's the big deal? I don't know. You just want to stick out more, that's cool. But I think that when you're driving, especially on the road, I think that, this is just my personal opinion, I don't want to stick out when I'm driving. I don't want people to notice my driving, because what if I mess up? What if I'm not a good driver at this one particular moment and I screw up and car crash? I don't want that. I want people to not recognize me as much as they can while I drive. I don't want to drag too much attention while I drive. What's one of the things that you can do to draw yourself attention while you're driving is have a dumbass sticker on your back windshield. And lady, that's probably the most dumbest sticker, probably the most pointless sticker that I have ever seen on this planet forever. And I've seen a lot of dumb ones, politically stupid, nerdy stupid. I don't need to know that you like Star Wars. Don't put a Death Star on your freaking back windshield. Don't put an AT-AT, you freaking nerd. Stop that. Enough is enough. We don't need to know how much of a nerd that you are that you like Star Wars. Really? It's unnecessary. This whole reproductive thing on the back of this lady's car is just unnecessary. It's pointless, it's stupid, but you know what? That's what I'm supposed to think, because she's probably like, I love it. It is who I am to the heart, which is cool. Which is absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. That's totally fine for you. I guess it's just like it's like beauty in the eyes of the beholder. You pick this out, you think it's art, bada bing, bada boom, I love it. Others are probably like, what's the point of this? You ever see like modern art and you see like these shitty paintings and these shitty ass sculptures and they want to tell you that it's art? Oh my God. I think modern day art is some of the worst shit that I've ever seen. They will take like just a bunch of colors and splatter them on a white canvas and tell me that this is art. This is beautiful. This is creative and no one's ever thought of this before, and look at the genius behind it and tell me that it's art. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. You want to see me take a colorful shit, and I'll put this on a canvas and tell you that it's art, and you'll be like, yeah, it is art. I'll be like, no, motherfucker, this is shit. This is terrible. What are you talking about? Enough is enough. I've tried when I was a kid. I tried art classes. I tried to draw. I couldn't do that shit. It's so hard. Now, all you gotta do is splatter a bunch of colors on a white canvas, and it's called art? Bullshit. I tried so hard and got nowhere with that shit, with these classes. And I guess these guys are making so much money, or at least I think that they would, because it's classified as art. You would think that they would be like rolling in dough, but probably not, because of how fraudulent that the modern day art community is and how shitty it is. That's just kind of my thought on modern day art, which is actually atrocious if you think about it. You got some silly ass paintings. You got stuff that looks all droopy and all stupid and alternate and just like not really art to me. When I think of art, I think of the beautiful Mona Lisa, the Sistine Chapel, the Statue of David, Ansel Adams paintings of Yosemite. I mean, Jesus Christ. I think that one of the most beautiful things in the world is a dollar bill. The dollar bill is art in your pocket. Look at it. Look how gorgeous it is crafted, the ensemble of the symbols and the picture of the president and stuff behind it, and the abstractness of when you fade it in the light and you can see the president's head in through it. It's like, oh, this is beautiful art. And what can you do with that beautiful art? You can use that beautiful art to buy things that you want. That, to me, is beautiful art, is dollar bills, especially if you see like a nice, crisp dollar bill, fresh from the press, has not been used. It's perfect. The green is so green. The green white is so green white. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We have art in our pocket. Think about this. Every dollar bill has like a perfect painting, perfect drawing of that president on that dollar bill. Washington, Lincoln, Benjamin, Grant. Or Jefferson, sorry. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. And, I think that the most sought after piece of art might be, in terms of money, is the $2 bill. Why? First of all, I don't even know who's on that dollar bill. I have not used a $2 bill in forever, but I've seen it a couple times. And it's just like a rare form of currency that, I consider all dollar bills art, but that's got to be the most pristine and sought after art, is that dollar bill right there, because no one ever uses it anymore. It's crazy how much we never see that dollar bill anymore. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm a little under the weather. Battling something right now. Not really sure what it was. I don't feel terrible. It's just kind of a sign, like a congestion, and that's about it. But the show must go on, people. The show must go on. I want to talk a little bit about video games. Some video games that have, in my opinion, been in some question. In my opinion, have not been met up to their standards of being big franchise video games, in my opinion. And also some people's outcry and outrage and reaction and I think in general just complete hypocrisy idiocy and a little bit of a pussification, if I may add to that. A lot of pussifications have been happening. By the way, that's not a word that I made up, but I heard about it, and I loved it. If you didn't catch what I was saying pussification. And in my terms, I guess, it's kind of like modification, but pussification. Now, to some of my listeners, they might be like, oh, why would you say that? Well, it's true. All right? It's either made with pussy intents, or it's made for pussies, or made by pussies. Either way, pussifications. But first of all, let's get to the first order of business today. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. I don't know if you guys saw this, if you guys care about this, but I do care, and I need to call it out when I see it, because it caused a lot, and I mean a lot, of question and a lot of thoughts, and a lot of people not knowing what to think about this, because it didn't make any sense. It didn't. I heard nothing about this. I never thought that I would see this in my life. But nonetheless, we're here. And this is coming from the developers that make Halo, particularly Halo Infinite, which you know my opinion on. You know that I'm not a big fan of Halo Infinite. You know that I think that Halo Infinite is at the moment a dead game. You know that I have boycotted Halo Infinite a couple episodes ago, and I could quit that boycott whenever I want, by the way. But I have since boycotted that fucking game. Well, apparently, last week, just out of nowhere, 343 Industries released a statement about Halo and the future of Halo. Now, I'm going to read it to you right now. And this is a quote. This is about Halo and from 343 Industries. Quote, Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. Pierre Hintze, from the studio head Pierre Hintze. Now, first of all, when I saw this and I read this, I'm like, huh? What's happening? Why are you writing about this? What's going on here? Did my rant break through the clouds and people heard me and actually got whiff of what I was saying and maybe said, hey, this guy who does a stupid ass podcast might be onto something here. I don't think that was the case, but I do want to point out that these men, these women, these people at 343 Industries are now on the ropes. They are straight up at DEF CON 5 or whatever the fuck the worst DEF CON is. They are doing bad right now, and it is showing so hardly. First of all, I asked my friends this, why would they release something like this? Was something said earlier that everybody was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble? They told me that they were getting a lot of shit, and that I think the person who had formerly had Pierre's job that I just read was fired or either resigned because of how badly it's going on at 343 Industries and how bad their game is. That they had to clarify that, one, Master Chief and Halo are here to stay, and they will continue to develop them in the future, including stories, multiplayer, and yada, yada, yada. What more bad news could we get than that? That is terrible news. That is awful news. Are you kidding me? Nobody, and I repeat, nobody wants 343 to make more Halo. No one. I mean, you can ask anybody. You can ask people out there who actually wants 343 to make more Halo games besides 343. Let's be honest. You know, there was rumors about people at Microsoft not happy with 343. There's reports about the people at 343 that just can't get it together. Obviously, someone quit their job because, or resigned or whatever, left their job because it was so bad there. And now this guy's trying to step in and make it seem like, hey, we're all good here. We're all going to continue to make Halo games. It's like, no one wants you to. No one fucking wants you to make Halo games. You are literally not doing anything over there. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You haven't done anything for months. Your new season is supposed to come out in March, but apparently you already had ones before that, or like little mid-season shit before, but no one even gives a fuck because you put out a shitty game, or your game is shit at the moment. It's terrible. And the fact that these guys had to actually put out the statement and say, we're here to make more Halo because we believe that we have more stories to tell and more experiences to make. It's like, bro, this looks so like it looks like they're so like backed up into a corner that they had to say something. Like it just made them look even more like unable to make a game or continue to make a game than ever before. I just can't believe it. There's no other studio that is less competent at the moment than 343 Industries. And you know what? I don't know why they are so bad at their job. Literally, all they do is make Halo games. All they do is make Halo, and that's it. They can't even get that right. And it's like, it's so bad at the moment that I had to boycott it. I had to boycott that game because it was so bad. It truly shows, and I don't even want to know the player counts because it's probably really bad out there. The player counts on Halo Infinite have to be pretty fucking terrible at the moment. Like, truly bad. For them to putting out this statement and be like, hey, we're okay over here. Nothing's going to change. We're still going to make Halo great. So you haven't made Halo great since you've had the property. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you had a pretty decent, you know what, not decent. You had a pretty epic Halo campaign in Infinite. It was kind of a reboot, but I dug it. I thought it was pretty cool. Your multiplayer experience itself, the gameplay was cool, but you didn't do anything new. You didn't do anything not different, but you didn't put any new shit out there. Your content was trash. You had a shitty way to upgrade your character. You had shitty XP, shitty character, stupid armor coatings that killed it in its own before it could even fully flourish. You essentially put it in its grave at launch. If I'm being honest, you put it in its grave at launch. So the fact that you have to then come out and say, no, we're cool. We are going to continue to make Halo for the foreseeable future. You can count on us at 343 to make your favorite game, Halo, thrive. Honestly, I was talking to my brother. We were spinning the shit. We're talking shit. I'm like thinking to myself, he's thinking to me like, wouldn't it be crazy if they just stopped developing Halo Infinite? Like, they're not making any money off of it anymore. No one's buying their shit anymore. No one's buying their battle pass. No one's buying their cosmetics. No one really gives a shit about this game right now. It almost seems unprofitable for these guys to still work on this game. Why not just cut loose and make a new game already? Maybe take, another 5 years, in this case maybe 10 because they can't make a game on time, to make another game. Maybe we should. Maybe they should. I don't know. Maybe, would it be so devastating if within a month's time, maybe even, let's say a year goes by, where we get another statement from 343 saying, we have heard you, we have seen your complaints, we know that the game is not in its best state, even at this moment in time. Let's just say that they put that out there a year from now, that they're still not able to get their game right. What if they just say, we are now canceling development on Halo Infinite and working on a new Halo title that will be launched in 4 years? Let's just say that. Would anybody really be that devastated that Infinite is no longer going to be a game? Some people will be. Some people will be. I will not. But I do want to say, I would like to say that it would be hysterical. Why? It'd be funny because of how much they banked to make this game. I want to say a 10-year project when they first announced it. I'm pretty sure that that's what they said, that they wanted to make it, or they wanted to develop it for at least 10 years, to keep it going for 10 years. Now let's say they do cancel it within a year. That would have been, what, a solid 2 years, 2.5, maybe close to 3 years of actually putting in time and effort to make that game, quote unquote, the best it could be. At that point, if they do cancel that game, if they do cancel this game, if they do just throw in the towel and be like, you know what, we can't win this battle. We went at this all wrong. We put in a stupid system, stupid XP system, stupid way to customize your Spartan, stupid ways for unlocking things, stupid ways the store's stupid, the games are stupid, the modes are stupid, the maps are stupid, the campaign is just done. That's all we had. That was it. We did all we could. We just got to start over. We can't make a profit off this because nobody wants to play anymore. Nobody wants to. I could see that happening. I really could. I know that it would be essentially admitting defeat, that they would have to give up on that. They would have to admit that they fucked up, and they would have to trash their game because it's no longer profitable. That would be admitting defeat, which I don't think that they're willing to do. I think that with these companies who spend millions and millions of dollars, close to billions of dollars, making these games and making hiring people, paying people to make their game the best that they can, paying them all this money to make it the best that they can, admitting that they failed at this game, I think is impossible for them to do. Impossible for them to do, because no company out there ever admits that they failed or that they were wrong, unless it's like pretty dead obvious. In their eyes, Halo Infinite, in their developer and studio and executive eyes, they probably do think that there's things wrong with it, but they don't think that it's morally wrong, that what they've been doing is wrong. Like they chose to put that armor coating in. They promoted that for a while, that this is going to be new, this is a new thing, they're proud of it, this new armor coating and how you buy shit. They were promoting that from day one, like not day one, but pretty early on, before the game even came out. It's like, this is what they've been doing, this is what they've been working on, this is what they wanted you to play into, to buy into, to unlocking these armor coatings, and this is what you're supposed to do with their shitty ass store. So they know in their heart and soul that this is what they put out, and they worked so hard on this. So for them to backtrack and erase some of the shit is just not this is not going to happen. You're not going to see that happen, unfortunately, but it's just true. You wish it would, they would backtrack, but they probably can't, because under contract, this is probably what they're only allowed to put out. I'll be honest. It's crazy. It's crazy. That statement, man, I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. We will continue to make Halo stories in the future, now and in the future. It's like, oh my God, this is crazy, bro. It just makes, it's like they need to reevaluate themselves at that studio and just stop making stupid shit and make cool shit. It's that simple. It really is. Like, I know it sounds so on the nose and meat-headed of me to say just make cool shit. Truly, just make cool shit. Like, stop fucking making everything so stupid and weak and soft. Start making it cool again. Like, what are you doing? Enough's enough. So with that game, I mean, be it as it may. Be it as it may. If Halo Infinite, what they need to do is to reset, refocus, and just admit that your game is dead at the moment. Like I've said, nobody at the moment wants to play your game. No, like, your game is like the most unattractive game out there. Like, for real, like, no one wants to play your game at the moment. I got fuckos in my friend group that are playing Fortnite again because they think that it's fun. They think it's cool. They think that it's hot. Even though Warzone 2.0 is out, they want to play a game that came out 6 years ago. Maybe not 6 years ago. Maybe 5 years ago. They want to play that stupid shit again over Warzone 2.0. Like, are they going to Halo? No, they wouldn't even touch Halo. Why? Because there's nothing there. Halo, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't want to hear any bullshit of pandemic work conditions. That should have been over months ago, bro. What are you talking about? Now that's just excuses. We have nobody working here. What do you mean? How do you not? What's going on? Why are you saying this shit? How could you even say that nowadays? What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure that's not an excuse at all, but if that was an excuse, if it was, holy shit. Welcome to Welcome to the real world now, people. This is 2023. Get shots, get something, figure it out. Get better policies. Change your rules up. Jesus Christ. Now moving on to the absolute pussification that I was talking about. Even though that Halo Infinite itself is a pussy-ass game. It's a bitch-ass game. Halo Infinite is a bitch-ass game. It is, for sure. Definitely. 100%. It wasn't before, but it is now. Shitty game. Fuck that game. Moving on, though. As you probably figured out, as you probably have heard, that Warzone 2.0's, or Modern Warfare Season 2 and Warzone 2.0 Season 2 update, was delayed a couple weeks. It's now going to be coming out on February 15th, my bad. And this update is introducing changes to not only Modern Warfare 2, stuff that I think that is a good thing to be, changed in terms of like the UI system, navigating the stuff, adding hardcore modes and stuff like that. That's a good thing to add, I think, even though I'm not a hardcore player. I never will be, never have been. I think that hardcore is just silly in the fact of, like, you're playing a video game, what are you doing? And just, taking shit too seriously. It's like, we don't need that. We don't need that in this game. I don't give a fuck if you're super competitive. Why do we need hardcore? Why? But this is the point. I've never been a hardcore guy, never wanted to be a hardcore guy, so like hardcore to me is just so silly and pretty much unnecessary. At this point, it's like I don't care about hardcore at all. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about a lot of the changes that are happening to Warzone 2.0, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of. I think that this is the definition of, not the definition, but this is the true pussification of not only this country, but these gamers that we have today playing video games at this moment. So one of the big changes that's happening that I was pissed off about, I could not believe that they did this, was Gulag going back to 1v1. Now let me tell you something. I think that the Gulag in Warzone 1, when it first came out back in 2020, the pandemic was engulfing us. It was very cool to have a battle royale game that you could fight your way back into it with, in this case, using the Gulag in Warzone. You die, you fight a 1v1 gunfight, and if you win, you come back and you have another shot. Very, very cool. Unique, not done before, super different, never, not in any other battle royale, but a cool mechanic that was never used, and I think that, it made it even more competitive, because if you did lose, you have to earn your way back. I think that it's pretty cool. People say it's a bitch move. People say it's not fair. People say it's stupid. I disagree with you. I think that it brings out the competitiveness of people who play the game. And in Warzone 2.0, at least when it launched, it had a 2v2 gunfight where you were thrown in if you were playing, solo or not with your friends. You had the opportunity to play with somebody from somebody else on the map who is not your ally. You have to use the proximity chat or just duke it out with him and earn your way back into the war zone. In my opinion, I think that's a very, very cool idea. Very cool. Now, of course, you're not going to get everybody who's going to participate, with you in your quest to defeat your team in the 2v2 Gulag, but that should be. That obviously should have been a thing that people had in mind. I mean, people can't get anybody to do anything on their team in multiplayer. What makes you think that they're going to do the same thing in a gunfight, a 2v2 gunfight in Warzone? It's just silly if you think that it's because it's not fun because I got to rely on my teammate. Well, I mean, all these other games that you do play in multiplayer also rely on teammates and all that. Yeah, you still play that, so shut the fuck up. So that's one thing. Changing that is so stupid because we've had 1v1 gunfight for like 3 years, 2.5 years. Why are we treading backwards? What are we doing? Why the fuck do I want that? I don't want that. I never did. And I don't know who is spouting off these changes when I literally heard nobody in my friend group complain about Gulag because of what it actually is. Yes, you can complain about your fucking stupid teammate. Sure, whatever. That happens in every other mode. You complain about teammates. Okay, whatever. You still, for the majority of the times, you get a pretty competitive gunfight in the Gulag 2v2 that you can battle your way out. For the most part, it's pretty competitive. So, like, what? A couple situations where guys don't move on one side, and you're like, oh, it's got to be changed. Now, please change it, or I'm quitting. It's like, this is such a stupid outcry, and I'm pretty sure it's just like a couple people out there who probably put it out online or on Twitter or made a video about it on Twitter, like, hey, look at what's happening. They're not even trying. And then 343 or Infinity Ward saw this. They're like, oh no, we've got to change it right now. They don't like it. It's not fun for them. Literally, no one that I know, no one that I really even talk to complains about Warzone 2.0 at all. Nobody complains about it. You know who fucking does? Is these dumbass motherfucking Twitch streamers that all they do is fucking play the game from sunrise to sunset and find ways to complain about it. Why? Because they play immense hours of the game every fucking day. Of course, they're going to complain about every single little change because all they know is the games, and all they do is game, and that's it. There is no actual, I swear to God, if Infinity Ward is not taking actual criticisms from casual players that don't play that much, I hope that they do, because I don't think that these complaints about the Gulag are enough for them to change it just by, I swear to God, they better not be just looking at Tim the Tap Man or anybody's complaint videos. Please do not just do that. Look at the whole community, not just these guys. I know that they have a big influence. I know they got a lot of viewers. I know they make a lot of money. I know that makes you money, but please, for the love of God, do your research. Oh, God. That was just one thing. One thing of this whole fucking thing. Another thing that is, I think that is just so stupid is the backpack system. The backpack system, I think, in my opinion, was an upgrade from what we had before. It actually gave you an inventory, a bigger inventory for you to choose from, of what you can stash, what you can keep, what you could carry, and what you have to sacrifice, and what you can carry in your small backpack, medium backpack, and large backpack. It gave you the ability to pick and choose, strategize, and learn to deal with the sacrifice you have to make by dropping certain things that you must drop in order to have more ammo or something else that you might need along the way in the Warzone. I agree. You know what? I thought that was a cool thing to do because it added more stakes to Warzone. And now, in my opinion, I think that the Warzone 1, for what we have in the first game, was fun. It was cool, but it wasn't that, all that intuitive. It wasn't that, that much you had to really, manage. It wasn't, I think, in my personal opinion, sort of candy ass. This one kind of made a little bit more that you need to think what you're going to do and need to strategize and you need to make some choices, but by dropping this in favor for that, and just make it a little bit more higher stakes, a little bit more higher stakes. And I'm all about intensity. I'm all about being thrown into tough situations in these battle royales, especially in Warzone. I enjoy that. I enjoy that thrill. I enjoy that decision that I have to make to sacrifice one thing for another. This just fucking throws it out of the water. Throws it out of the water. It also throws away the hunt for the big backpacks. It throws you away for the reward that you get for getting the big backpack. I understand that one of the reasons that they're cutting this backpack out is because people tend to hoard things like grenades, or kill streaks, self-revives, stims, whatever you name it. I understand that. But how about making a better way to manage that and make them not be able to carry more than certain things? I understand that you have the spaces, that you could put whatever you want. It's a free space. But how about you have certain spaces that are dedicated to certain things? That way, in other things like, ammo and, maybe certain grenades you can have more of, but others you can't just because of the fairness of the game. I understand that you want to be fair. I understand that you want people hoarding all these things. But how about make it so that it's not as, well, they're doing this, we got to cut that entire feature because the only way to do is just to cut it all out. It's like that just makes it that makes you seem so stupid and so incapable of actually making a decent change to not fully alter what you've made. I don't understand what the whole point was. You put it in. I think that it was a pretty good idea. Now you're just cutting the entire thing out. Are we reverting back to Warzone 1? What is happening here? I truly think that these people, for one, don't know how to actually strategically and smartly and intelligently tweak their game. They're just like, nope, cutting it. It worked, cut it. They don't like it, cut it. It's like, this is so, someone worked so hard, you paid them so hard to work on this mechanic system, and you're just going to cut it? I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And because, again, with these pussies, these losers, they want to pussify the game. That these Twitch streamers, I know it's them. They don't like the looting system because they like the bad because they don't want to find it. These so-called streamers, these Twitch guys, these pussies, all they want to do is just fucking run around the map and get kills. That's all they want to do. They don't want to strategize. They don't want to fucking hide. They don't want to do anything. They just want to fucking recreate Warzone 1 again. It's just like, oh my god, we just never gonna fucking get away from this. We're never gonna get away from it. I don't understand. I truly don't get it. And not only that, they got rid of the vest as well. Everybody's gonna have a 3-plate vest from the beginning. What in the fuck? What are we doing? Why? That the medium vest was such a it was like, oh, I'm vulnerable. I gotta find armor now. I gotta find a vest. I gotta work together with my team. We gotta get some shit now because we are not capable to fight these guys. We gotta strategize. We gotta work together as a team to get better loot, better equipment. We gotta work together right now. Like, throwing that all away, throwing that out of there is just so stupid. And so, again, reverting back to Warzone 1, like, listen, I understand that you had a good game back then, but honestly, part of that succession was probably because of that pandemic. People couldn't do shit. They fell in love with it. Maybe a lot of people played it. Maybe too many people played it than you probably anticipated. And now everybody's got a fucking opinion on this fucking shit that they think that is fucking this the written scriptures of Christ. That they think it's like so like praise that this should be like this because that they have this many viewers on Twitch. Like, no, what are you talking about? What do you truly, like, you don't want change. These people don't want fucking change. They don't want a new fucking game. They want the same fucking game. I can't tell you how many fucking tweets and posts from these big time streamers that I've seen, and they literally say the same thing over and over again. I love Warzone 2 map, but just put in Warzone 1's movement and gunplay and we're good. Like, what the fuck? Go play fucking Warzone 1. In fact, go play Caldera again. Please. Get away from Al Mazrah and go play Caldera. Nobody fucking wants your stupid ass trying to fucking be all glitchy and shit. Go fucking play Caldera again. I'm not sure if Caldera's up. I don't even know if you can play it right now, but they should put it they should put it back up so we can get all the scum out of Warzone 2 and make Warzone 2 an intense, realistic battle royale simulator. Please, enough of this arcadey bullshit. Take it away. Get it out of my face. I'm just going through all this stuff. They don't like how they're shifting away from the loot to from it. You know how, like, when you would loot something and you get like a screen of what's in the container, what's in the box, and it'd be nice and tidy and clean, and you could just pick what you want by clicking a button and going like that. No, they went back to open a box, splooge all over the place and just floating in the air, back to the corny candy ass bullshit that was in Warzone 1. I'm telling you this, man. This is a straight up, and I'm going to say it again, this is straight up a pussification of a game that was hardcore and cool and different and slower, and they're just reverting back to Warzone 1. They are. They're going to revert all the way back to Warzone 1, and nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to get better. Nothing's going to change. I feel like it's just okay. You can't fully go back. I think that if you go fully back, you're stupid. Then why even make the changes in the first place? Why? What were you thinking? What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to solve all these problems? Well, I think that you shouldn't do any of these changes. No changes whatsoever. Just leave it the way it is. And listen, people have had this game for months. How have you not adapted to the way it is? How? How have you not sat back and be like, okay, I can't play this like Warzone 1. I gotta play this like Warzone 2 because it's a different game. How have these people not been able to do that? I just don't understand. I truly don't get it. How? Do these people not have brains? Do these people not know how to adapt? Do they not have? They clearly don't have brains, because if you truly had a brain and you knew and you sat back in your chair and you're like, okay, this game is a lot different than Warzone 1. I got to play it a little bit different. You would do that. You would play it different. You play it to what it's giving you, and play it to how the game allows you to play that game to the best of your abilities. Why is it still people just can't play this game? I don't understand. I truly don't get it. What is it? Why are you the way that you are? Why do you have to have it revert all the way back to Warzone 1? It makes no fucking sense. It's so stupid, so candy ass. It's like, why even have this game in the first place? I don't get it. People complain all day and night. People complain all day and night till the sun comes up, till the sun comes down, about the things that they think that they deserve the utmost thought in whatever they say should go. And with this one, I just want to let you guys know, you guys pretty much have succeeded. You have made Infinity War revert pretty much every change that they've made back to Warzone 1. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy, because they don't want to do this. They want to make something new. Why do something again that you've done before? It's not something that humans like to do. We've made the wheel once. Why would we make it again? Why? People, just listen to what I have to say. Listen. I know we had fun with Warzone 1. I know that. I understand that. But do you think that a studio like Infinity Ward is going to want to repeat themselves and not challenge their employees and their developers and their artists and their coders and whatever the fuck they employ? Do you think they want them to pay them to make the same fucking thing over and over and over again? And if they do, why are you paying more for it? If it's the same exact thing, I get it that Warzone is free. It probably shouldn't be, I'll be honest. If we're going to be honest in what goes into making games, and you're going to make that shit free, so you can say, they can just get off their backs and say like, hey, well, it's free, it's free. Hey, it's free. Hey, easy. It's free, easy. Don't get mad at me, it's free. You want that? You want them to get away with this? You want them to be like, hey, man, it's free. What do you want me to tell you? It's free. You shouldn't want that. You should not want that. You should want them to take accountability of their game. Take accountability of their actions and what they've created. And don't make them fucking just erase everything what they've made, because some of the shit that they made was pretty good. 2v2 Gulag, best thing ever. Best fucking thing ever. If anybody is going to debate me on this, I'm willing to fucking debate them to the death. Not to the death, but like to the end. On Gulag, 1v1 Gulag versus 2v2 Gulag. For real. 2v2 Gulag is the fucking shit, bro. Come on. With a jailer, oh, so cool. Again, I don't think that I have the same opinion or the same outlook as people who fucking play the game all day and night. I understand that. But how many of those people fucking are out there? Let's be honest. Come on. Us people have jobs. We got things to do. We got stuff to do. We got things to take care of. Call of Duty is for me to decompress, for me to have some fun with the homies and the boys. And I can't do that if all these fuckos are going back to Fortnite. I don't want that. And don't tell me that it's because they're not going back because they hate Warzone. The stability of the game too, at this point, which I'm happy change, is that they're making the stability more better, which is good because sometimes it crashes. It's a little wonky at some points. Menus are kind of trashy. That shouldn't be a thing. You should be ashamed of that and fix it, please, right here, right now. But the changes that you're making to Warzone at the moment, the ones that I've listed, ones I've said, kind of the big ones in my opinion. The loot, splooging it all over again, just like Warzone 1. Candy ass, stupid. Just take the time to fucking go through what you want and pick it out. Why do you want everything to fucking pop in your face? Why? Makes no sense. It's stupid. It's silly. It's candy ass. I thought we were done with that shit. I don't see anybody complaining about that either. I've seen Twitch streamers and videos and all this shit. No one fucking complains about that at all. No one complains about it. So I want to see where these complaints are and why you're changing this shit. I really do. I truly do. I want to see the fucking documents right now. Number 3, actually. What was number 3? Shit. I'm blanking on this. Let's see. Gulag, loot. There was movement. Apparently the movement's too slow. People are not liking the movement. It's stupid, candy. Again, just adapt to the fucking speed. It's not that hard to do. I got people that I know that they're like, it's too slow. Why is it so slow? Like, fucking shut up. You clearly have never done this before. Every Call of Duty has a different fucking speed and a different pace. You adapt and you learn. Again, it's just like this mass pussification of people who just cannot deal with new shit and need shit to be changed back to the way that it was because they don't want to learn new things. Silly, it's stupid, it's embarrassing. I can't believe what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. I just want Warzone to be what it always was. Warzone 2, as it is right now, yeah, maybe less bots, but again, don't go where the bots are. What? It's that simple. Just don't go where the bots are, and you won't see any bots. You know, I think they're gonna reduce the amount of bots on the fucking map. I think they're gonna make it so you can have more money, but like there's registers, there's challenges. How do you not have money? They don't want the backpacks. They don't want the different vests. Just take out the strategy, right? Just take it all out. Take out the strategy. Okay, fine. Whatever. If you don't want it to be, if you don't want to have a strategy, if you don't want to fucking think, if you just want to point and shoot, fine. Whatever. I guess you're going to win. You're going to win at the end. That's fine. I can't believe we're at this point. It's truly sad to see it. It's truly sad to see it actually take place, and truly sad to see it actually form into a giant pussification of this entire game and this entire, and just like in the culture of people is just a big pussification of everything. Everyone is just such a bitch nowadays. God damn, they're so annoying. That's going to be it for today, people. I think I've talked quite a bit. I think I've ranted quite a bit. You can listen to this podcast at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube at Intelligent Moron with Alex Silva. New episodes drop every Thursday. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, review, all that stuff, and do it. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your peers, everybody that you know. Tell everybody about this podcast. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week.